you ever thought of sacking your bloat? Now, a long time ago, I can't remember exactly when I came upon this story, but there was a company that was doing really, really badly. I don't know when this took place or what industry the company worked in, but it was on its knees and it was on the verge of closing down. So I don't know whether it was a business owner or whether it was a board of directors reached out to this gentleman and asked him to take over the business and try and get it back on its feet. Now, from what I'm not too sure, I'm just making the assumption, I think this man wasn't actually in the industry that he was hired to do. So he knew very little about the company, but he was somebody who could think well, and I think he must have had a success rate before with other companies and getting them back again. So that's why he was hired. So as you can imagine, if you walked into a company that you knew very, very little about, and you walked onto the work floor, and as you can imagine, if the workforce knew that somebody was coming around, they would probably all try and make themselves look as busy and as important as possible. So you can imagine, if you knew nothing about the company and you walked around the factory floor, everybody looks busy, everybody looks like they're doing their job. How would you get that company back on its feet? What changes would you make? Now, the first thing this gentleman did was he walked everybody out to the car park and he told everybody that they were sacked, that everybody was being made redundant, but there was a clause that some people would be taken back if he found that their position was still needed. If they needed them in some way, if there was a gap that person filled that they couldn't do without them, then that person would be hired. And just to keep an eye on the phone over the next couple of days or weeks, and if they were needed, they would be called back. So as you can imagine, straight away he lowered his expenses by getting rid of everybody. So I imagine the salary or the payroll was next to zero the following week. But as the company started to get back on its feet and they started taking people in as they needed them, they found out that they probably didn't need as many people as they originally had in the company. And that's because, in some cases, some people, when they're not being watched by a supervisor, don't do the work. It was probably that people were in positions maybe that weren't needed anymore, but because they made themselves look so busy looking, nobody actually ever stood back and looked and wondered, is this person really needed anymore? Should we have this person, hire them, or should we do something with their position? But because this man was starting off with a clean slate, he could see straight away where his problems was, where he needed the staff, and then, as he said, I took them back as he needed them. Now, what has this got to do with you? I want to ask you, have you ever thought of sacking your bloat or cleaning the slate? Have you ever thought, well, one day, just stopping everything, stopping your social media, stopping your emails, stopping your writing, and just standing back with fresh eyes and thinking to yourself, do I need to do all of this? Am I just a busy fool that is just so busy doing loads of things but getting nothing done? Or are some of these things productive? Or am I kidding myself that I'm being productive by doing these things? So, you may find if you drop social media for a couple of days and it's not affecting your book sales, or it was just a waste of your time, you weren't getting much traction with your posts, nobody was paying attention to them, or it was taking maybe time away from your writing or your promotion or something more worthwhile of your time, maybe you should think about cutting that out for a while. Leave that to the side. Again, a lot of people think that social media is one of these things you need to be doing, but that's because they're all doing it, and for them, they need to justify it in some way. So they will say, oh, you need to do social media, but do you? Or is it just because they're doing it and they have to justify the time that they're wasting on social media as productive time? So have a look at your social media. Do you need to spend as much time on it? Do you need to post as often of it? Do you need to watch every retweet, like, or Facebook share, or whatever? Do you need to be that deep into it? Or do you even need to do social media? Again, have a look at your email list. Does everybody deserve to be there? Have you a lot of bloat? Are you paying maybe a higher subscription with Aweber or GetResponse because you have people that are just taking up space, that aren't reading your emails, that aren't buying your products, and are basically a waste of space on your email list? So have you got bloat in that way? And then what about your writing? Where is the most productive part of your writing? Where are you making the most money? Is there any way maybe you could speed up the process, get more done by maybe just coming up with storylines and hiring a ghostwriter to fill out the content? Or maybe you could come up with blog post ideas and again hire somebody to do the writing for you, rather than all the time you are spending writing your posts, when maybe there might be something else that would be more productive for your time. Maybe if you find that when you go back through your blog posts or your expenses or your income, you find out that you're actually making more money from your products rather than your content, is there some way maybe you could refocus your time that way and spend more time on product creation rather than content creation? Again, I don't know what your situation is like, but doing like that gentleman did, getting everybody in the car park, looking and sacking them all and then taking them back only as they are needed, you will probably find that you will free up time. You'll see things that you're doing that you probably haven't paid attention to that are a total waste of your time, and that time could be used elsewhere, or it could be maybe given to an outsource or somebody else who could do that work for you and would free you up to spend more time on things that are more productive in your business. So this week or today, think about sacking your bloat. Think about having a look at the things that aren't needed in your business. Those things that are making you look like a busy fool but aren't putting any money in your bank, aren't growing your business, and are a total waste of time. Because if you do or take the actions that everybody else is taking, a lot of people have never actually thought for a moment, should I really be doing this? And there's a lot of monkey see, monkey go, monkey do going on, and maybe you're doing the same. Maybe you are just following everybody else. But by standing back, having a look at your business, cutting away all the bloat, you will find that you'll probably get more done, you'll have more time, and you'll probably enjoy your business a lot better than you do at the moment. So give that some thought this week, and you may be surprised by what you come up with. Now, if you'd like to know more about me, or if you'd like to know where I hang out, you're very welcome to do that if you come over to writecom.com, writecome.com. Now, I have a great report on the main page this week, which is going to show you 10 ways that you can make money from your words, even if you flunked at English. So it's a really, really great report, and if you'd like to pick up a copy, you're very welcome to go over to writecom.com, or if you'd like to know more where these videos are, again, do a search on YouTube, or if you listen to this as a podcast episode, do a search again for Writecom. You'll find all the content there. So as always, thanks for sharing your time with me again today, and take care and have a great day. Bye bye.